How are you people? Now we are going to do two questions. Please pause the video and take only 4 minutes to do these two questions in a very fast manner. I hope you paused this video and you tried these two questions in just 4 minutes. Let's try together. They are very simple. This is just to test your quantitative aptitude. So follow me. The first question obviously is a geometric question. It's a geometric aptitude. The next question is just simply proportion and percentile. It's very simple to calculate. I hope you did it. Let's try together. A diagonal of a square is 10 units. What is the length of its side? Now the given number, as you can see here, 10. 10 is the square diagonal. Alright? Let's just figure out it like this. This is a square. A square means all sides are equal. All 4 sides are equal. In that case, we call it, and it makes perpendicular, which means 90 degrees. Otherwise, even if it is the same, if it doesn't make 90 degrees for all four angles, it's not going to be a square. It's going to be a rhombus. But unfortunately, this is a square. Okay? If it is a square, all sides are equal. What's the given for you? What's the given for us is the diagonal, 10 units. As you can see, it's 10 units, the diagonal. Alright? Okay. As you can see this picture, you can see 2 things. 1, a square, and 2 triangles. Right? 2 triangles. In fact, 2 probably isosceles triangles, right? This one and this one, isosceles triangles, right? Which means 2 sides are equal, 1 is different. 2 sides are equal, 2 different. So, for this is a diagonal for the square, but this is for hypotenuse for the 2 triangles. It is hypotenuse for the 2 triangles. There's a slope. Great. What you're going to do is simply find out the 2 sides by using the Pythagoras theorem. This is the hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, right? This is the Pythagoras theorem. The c squared is the hypotenuse. A squared and b squares are the other sides. Great. Now the given one is the hypotenuse, which is 10 squared. It's equal to s squared, right? Plus s squared. As you can see here, 10 squared means 100. And which is equal to how many s squares can you see? 2 s squares, right? 2s squared. 1, 2 s squares. Now, this side of the equation has a variable. So what we are going to do is just simply eliminate the number and find out the variable alone. To do that, we have to just simply divide by 2 sides, right? So you can just avoid the number and the variable comes up, right? So by 2, 50. By 2, 1, by 2, 50. 0, 2, 2, 0, right? So s squared. This means that 50 is equal to s squared. Let me just write it. 50 is equal to s squared means s squared is equal to 50, right? Which means a is equal to b means b is equal to a, right? So, if I just change the side, you don't have to bother, okay? S squared is equal to 50, 50 is equal to s squared. Just to try to understand you, to make you understand in a very easy manner. This means that s is equal to square root of 50, right? This square makes the other number under the square root, alright? So, which means that s is equal to 50 means 25 times 2, right? Times 2. 25 times 2 is 2. Now, 25 has, when it's getting out of the square root, it is 5. You're correct. It means that 5. So, number 2 remains in the square root. So, s is equal to 50, 5 radical 2, which means 5. It's coming out from the square root, it's 5. Then the number 2 remains in the root. So the answer is simply B, 5 radical 2 units. Next question. What is 20% of 20% of 20? It's a very simple question. This is talking about the proportion or the percentile coming up. In this kind of question come up to you, you just start from the end and come here at the front. What you're going to do is, if the percentile come even longer, like for example 20% of 20% of 20% of 20% of 20. If this kind of question come back from the end, it's going to be easier for you. Now what you're going to do is simply, when I say that coming back from the end, calculate this. 20% of 20. 20% of 20 means 20% of 20 means 20% means 0.2 times 20, right? So which means that 20 times 0.2, 0, 4, it is 4. Now we get 20% of 20 is 4, right? Now 20% of 4. What is 20% of 4? Right? That's the question. So 20% of 4 means that 0.2 times 4, right? 0.2 times 4, which means that 0.2 times 4, 8, 0, which means 0.8. I hope you get the correct answers. I'll come up with another